All right. We'll go ahead and get going. So, welcome everyone. My name is Alex. I'm with Revo Rideshare. I'm a driver and also helping with training in the Revo Rideshare space. So, if you're brand new with us, then I want to welcome you to the revolution. We are revolutionizing not only the rideshare industry and putting the power back into the hands of the riders and drivers, but we're also revolutionizing the technology that goes into the rideshare industry, being the first rideshare company that's built on the blockchain. And whether you follow blockchain and cryptocurrency or not, it's going to add a lot of amazing things to what we're doing. One, we're a decentralized company, which means we don't have to answer to a board of directors or a CEO or a bunch of investors that only care about the bottom line. We are owned and operated and governed by our community. We're actually community owned and community grown, and that's where the decentralization is going to really help. It gives us an opportunity to do things like pay your drivers more, charge our customers less, and then offer amazing affiliate programs. And that's exactly what we're offering with Revo. So we want to give every mile where every mile is worth more. And again, our clients are going to pay less, our drivers make more, and on every ride, someone gets a reward. If you were just on a training right before this, it was basically an overview of Revo, who we are, what we're doing for the industry, and then how you can get involved with us. So this training is going to go a little bit deeper. We've already talked about our company and how you guys get paid in the referral program. But let's talk about launching your city. We're going to go over the back office basics because everyone has a back office. That's where you get your referral links and your training materials and everything else you need to do to run your business. And then we'll also go over best practices and then go over the app and overview. So there's 5 things that really sets us apart from those other rideshare companies. And one, we pay our drivers more. And I'm talking way more. On average, our drivers are making 30 to 40% more than what they are with those other rideshare companies. Our drivers are making anywhere from 70 to 80% versus about 35 to, sometimes 40 to 45 with Lyft and Uber. So, and then on top of that, our customers pay less, and then everybody has an opportunity to refer and earn. We have an amazing affiliate program where you can bring in other drivers or riders, build your own clientele, and then you can actually earn on every single ride that happens with that individual for the life that they're on our platform. You can also build your own rideshare business within our business. We give you all of the tools and resources to be successful. We give you the ability to set your own rates. So from your base fare to your wait times to how much you make per mile. And then you can even set up your own surges and everything else. And then you can build your own clientele where they can actually book rides directly with you in your calendar. So that way, instead of just being a rideshare driver that turns on your app and hoping for the best for the day, now you have more control over not only your time, the amount of money you can make, but also who you put in your vehicle. And that's the beautiful thing about Revo. And then the last thing is, like I mentioned before, we're the first rideshare company built on the blockchain, which allows us to offer blockchain rewards, which you can kind of consider it like a frequent flyer mile program, if you will. The more that you use the service, whether you're driving or riding, you earn these blockchain rewards, and those rewards can be traded in for paying for additional rides, or maybe at some point we're going to have other things you can use those tokens for to purchase, services and goods within our ecosystem, or even at some point, because we are a cryptocurrency coin, you may even have some monetary value at some point as well. So these are the 5 pillars that really set us apart from those other rideshare companies. So, and we really want to, make things different. We want to stop the earnings roller coaster. We want to give more power back to the riders and the drivers, pay our drivers more, and stop a lot of the nonsense that all these other rideshare companies out there have introduced. Because at the end of the day, we're just technology. All we are is an app company, just like Lyft, just like Uber, Uber Eats, Instacart, all of these companies, they build software. They have an app for customers where they can book rides or services or deliveries. And then they have an app for their drivers or their independent contractors to be able to accept those rides and deliveries. and they take a lion's share of the profit. So they're, again, making probably closer to 60% ish, of whatever the ride or whatever the delivery is. Where us as drivers, again, I'm a driver as well, and I have been for a very long time. We get the scraps or the smaller piece of the pie. And with Revo, we want to change that. We're more than just a technology company. We value our community because at the end of the day, we are decentralized and it's community owned and community grown. And we want to incentivize our community for helping us with the revolution and helping disrupt and displace those other rideshare companies. So as a driver, let's talk about the compensation plan. I did go over this over the previous call, but for those of you that missed it, our drivers, we don't have any hidden fees. There's no algorithms or crazy things that we take into account or high commissions. We make it very, very simple. You give a ride to somebody and you're going to earn 70% off of that ride. If that ride is over $80, then you increase that to 80%. So if you have a $50 ride and you're making 70%, you're making $35 off that ride. If you're also doing Uber and they're paying 40%, you would only make about $20 on that ride with them. And then on a $100 ride, you would make $80 with us and probably closer to $40 to maybe $45 with Lyft and Uber. So we make it uber simple, taking their name and just, kind of throwing it in there, but it's just simple, simple math. We don't want to overcomplicate things, and sometimes simpler is better. But that gives us an opportunity to earn more with, less time, and our time is valuable and we want to get compensated the most amount of money for the time that we put out there on the road. And if you look at this on the left-hand side, we have a side-by-side example. So with Uber, this individual, they drove about 56 hours and 40 minutes. That was 78 trips, and they made about $1,135. With Revo, they did 58 trips, so about 20 less trips. They worked about 24 and a half hours, so about half the hours, a little bit more than half the hours, and they made $1,686. So they worked about half the amount of time and made quite a bit more money. And if you look on the right, they just broke it down to per hour and per ride. If you take $1,137 they made divided by the 18 hours they worked, that's about $63 an hour. And I don't remember the last time I ever made that with Lyft and Uber. It's probably closer to $20 to $30 an hour if you're stretching it and you're really out there busting your behind. But this is, $63 an hour, or it worked out to about $27.75 per ride. So massive difference. You guys can earn a lot more with us. And then on top of that, we have the referral program where you can earn a 3% override off of the fare from riders and drivers that you bring onto the platform. So if you bring on a customer and they take, say, a $30 or a $50 ride, so they do a $50 ride and you're making a 3% override, you're making about $1.50 off of that ride. So if you get a driver and they're giving rides as well, then you can earn overrides off of that as well. So if you have both the driver and the rider on the same $50 ride, you can earn $3 or $1.50 on both sides. So, and I went over this in the previous training, but if you were to go get 20 drivers and those drivers were doing about 10 rides a day and your average was about $20 a ride, you'd be earning about $2,400 a month in residual income. And the more drivers that you add, it just increases your income. Like I was mentioning before, I do have one of my reps who's a driver out in Vegas, and his goal is to get 1,000 riders and 1,000 drivers in 2025. And if you look at what 1,000 drivers would pay you on a monthly basis, that's a pretty nice chunk of change just for recruiting people to a better platform. And same thing with clients. If you get 20 customers and they're doing about 20 rides a month, and the average is about $20 a ride, you'll be making about $240 a month off of 20 clients. What if you got 100? What if you got 1,000? What if you got 5,000 clients and they're all taking rides all over the country, soon to be all over the world because we are expanding fast, and you can earn residuals off of all of that. And maybe, who knows, one day you don't have to drive anymore and you can spend more time with your family or doing the things that you love in life, or, spending more time just building your business, adding more people and adding a larger residual income, and really just building a legacy for you and your family. So, all right, so let's go into the vehicle types, because once you get into the app, just simply go to the App Store. You can go to the Google Play or the Apple Store and look for Revo Rideshare Driver. There's two apps. There's Revo Rides and there's Revo Rideshare Driver. The Driver app obviously is for drivers, for you and me. And then once you download it, you're going to log in with the same email address and the password you created when you originally registered. And then it's going to walk you through the setup process. So one, you're going to have to set up your personal profile, who you are, all of your personal information. You're going to have to upload your documents like your driver's license, your insurance, your registration, and then we're going to be doing background checks and other things of that sort. And then the next thing is you have to set up your vehicle. And we have 3 different vehicle types. So you're going to fall into one of these categories. Either you're an Express, which is equivalent to an Uber X. That's your standard 4-door vehicle. These are standard rates. And that could be something like a Toyota Camry or a Hyundai Sonata, Kia Forte, something of this sort, or even a small SUV that seats 5 people. That would also fit into the Express category. We also have Lux. So Lux is equivalent to the Uber Premier or a higher end luxury car. So these usually get higher rates than Express does, but this could be something like a BMW or Mercedes, a Tesla, or something along those luxury lines. You have a nicer vehicle, you can charge a premium and earn a little bit more money. And then if you have a Lux vehicle and you see an Express ride, you can always accept the Express ride as well. But if you're Express, you will not be able to accept the luxury rides or the SUV rides. And then for SUV, pretty self-explanatory. This is equivalent to, say, an Uber XL. This is 6 seats or more. You have that 3rd row in the back. You can fit more people, more luggage, more whatever. And then we also charge higher rates than Express. And this could be something equivalent to like an Escalade or a Tesla or a Kia Telluride or something larger. Could even be a Sprinter van or something that just has more seats. And again, you'll be able to set your own rates for whatever category you guys choose. All right, so opening cities, we are open in over 40 plus cities nationwide. And right now it is on scheduled rides only, which means that the rider has to schedule a ride at least 30 minutes in advance, up to a week out. And drivers will be put into a queue. So if a customer does not pick a favorite driver, then they're just going to see whatever the standard Revo rates are. And then they're going to go into an open queue, and you have an opportunity, as long as you have your app on, to be able to accept those rides. You also have an opportunity to have customers favorite you as your favorite driver, and then that way they can book rides directly with you. And if they pick you as their favorite driver, they will only see your rates. So that way you can set your rates and you can make the money you want and build the relationship with your customer. This really encourages our drivers to give better customer service, to give that white glove experience, because this is really your business within our business. We build the track. You can run the race at your own pace. You can do what you want to run your business, and allows you to really start from something from yourself and earn equity in a company by bringing on your own customers. So once we have the background check and all the other things ready, then you should be ready to go and start doing rides in your city. Before, we required a certain amount of drivers in order to open up a city, so that way we didn't miss any rides. But with this new opportunity where you can set your own rates and build your own clientele, we can literally open up a city with just one driver. You get approved, and then you can start marketing yourself, go build a clientele, have them book rides directly with you. And then if you want, you can even start building your own fleet of drivers, because again, you earn those overrides. So if you want to bring on another 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 100 plus drivers in the city, have them do the same thing, build their own clientele, and you have an opportunity, to really earn off of everything that is built up in that city. So it's a unique opportunity and something completely different than what we're used to in the rideshare industry, where all of the control used to be with the rideshare companies. Now most of the control is within us as the drivers. So here are some of the cities that we're open in. Again, if you know people in these cities, then you can always invite them on as a customer or a driver. They can start taking rides or getting rides right away, and then you can start earning off of those. So we are nationwide, and then we are soon going to be worldwide, and we're doing some expansions later in 2025 where you're going to see us going overseas. So it's an exciting opportunity where you can not only earn here in the States, but pretty soon you'll be able to earn worldwide. All right, so let me share another screen. I don't know why my camera is not on, but that's fine. All right. So the next thing I want to take you guys is the portal. So everyone has a portal within our company, whether you're a rider or a driver. Everyone has access to the portal. So you're going to go to log in. You're going to put in your email address and the password you originally set up when you became a driver. You're going to say that you're not a robot, and then you're going to log in. So this is like a 30,000 foot view of your business when you go to the first page. So you're going to see your name, your email address, and then also your referral link. So right here is my link, and then I can copy that link. So I click on the copy button. Now that is in my in my clipboard in the back of my computer or on my phone, and then I can go and share it in an email, in a post, in a text message. There's all of these hotkey buttons here where I can, share it with Facebook or X, formerly known as Twitter, or Pinterest, WhatsApp. But there's also one that looks like a QR code, and that's exactly what it is. If you click on that, it brings up your own personal QR code, and that will bring them directly to your referral link where they can sign up as a rider or a driver. You can even download the code and then add that to some of the marketing materials or create your own flyers, so that way you can start building your business. When you scroll down a little bit, you'll be able to see all of your volume and basically a high level overview of what's going on in your business for January. So this is mine personally. So I have some managers, I have some people that are taking and receiving rides, and I'm earning some money. So there's also marketing tools. So we have some flyers and some logos if you want to create your own flyers. We have all of the fonts, all of the color palettes and everything else. Just make sure to get your marketing materials approved by corporate by sending them to support@revoride.com, and they will get those approved for you. We also give you the ability to track your network. So as you bring on customers and drivers, you'll be able to see everything that goes on within your business. So as you can see, I invited 91 direct people. So 91 people I gave my referral code to. They signed up as a rider or a driver, and those 91 people got super excited, and they invited another 12,830 people nationwide. And so it spread pretty fast. So all of your direct referrals to the 91, you'll get their contact info. So their name, their phone number, their email. You'll be able to see when they joined. They even have their birthdays and stuff if they put that in there. So that way you can reach out to them and you can kind of, market to them. If they're customers, you can, reach out and say, hey, I'm your driver. I have some specials, or if you need any rides, you can reach out to me directly. And then same thing with drivers. You can build a driver team and you can start working with them to set rates, expand the city and so forth, and really build your business. And you may even come across some people that aren't riders or drivers, but they see the opportunity in order to just refer people, build a massive business, and then you can earn off of that as well. So if you look here, I can see my level 1, I have 91 people. Those 91 people brought on 1,016, who brought on 1,560, who brought on 4,000, who brought on another 6,000. And then on the right, you can see all of the sales, the rides going on, and the revenues from those rides. So you can also see the transactions. So if you want to see all of the rides that are going on and what you're getting paid off of, you can see all of that here. So as you can see, these are all people underneath me or me, myself, and we're doing rides. And as you can see, I'm earning some commissions off of those. Again, you get 3% off of all of it. So I can kind of see what's going on. And as you can see, it's building. And it's not, a ton all the time. Some of these are shorter rides, like this one, it earned 56 cents and then 68 cents. But it can get, pretty big and add up over time. Imagine if you have hundreds or thousands of rides going on. You also have the social. So this is where you can kind of see everything that's going on the social side. We have Revolution token price, because again, we are on the blockchain. We have our own token. So if you want to check that out, you can click on the coin market cap, and that'll show you what our coin value is today. So we also have a merchandise section. So if you guys want to check out the merch link, this is where you can get your shirts and your hats and your koozies and your tchotchkes and whatever else you need to build your business. We have people like in Vegas where they have what they call a street team, where they get 3, 4, 5 guys. They all put on the Revo hats and the shirts and the gear, and they'll go out and hand out flyers and bring in new riders and drivers. So again, that's over in the merchandise section. We also have the training tab. So if you guys have, if you're just starting, then every time we do a training, like we're doing right now, we record them. And then we put it up on either our YouTube or our Vimeo page. We have a few other places on Facebook, and then you can go back and review them. So whether there are, weekly calls, we have our TNT Tuesday calls. We have our Revo driver orientations. We have some calls with Paul where he does the getting started call to show you how to build your business. So there's a lot of different trainings that we put up on here. And then finally, we have the settings. This is where you can change your personal information. You can also add your address. Again, we are independent contractors. So if we do more than $600 in a calendar year, we do have to pay taxes. We have to send a 1099 to you. So put in your mailing address and then also your tax identification number, whether you're running it as an individual with your social, or if you start up an LLC, use an EIN. That's what I did. It gives me a little bit more protections. And then on top of that, I can get some more tax benefits and stuff like that. So, but that is your back office. And then finally, I wanted to get to the app itself. Let me share my screen once more. All right, so hopefully you can see my app. Again, so you have already gone in, you've set up your profile, you set up your car, you sent in all of your documents and everything else, and this is what you're going to see. So at the bottom, I can click myself offline. I can click the go button, that puts me back online. And if you see on the perimeter of the screen, you're gonna see different icons. So on the top left, there's a car with a check mark in it. And that's where you're going to see all of your trips or reservations. So as people book rides with you, then you'll be able to see those rides. If you're currently on a ride, then you'll be able to see that trip. Or if you have past rides, then you'll be able to see those. I can click on view details, and then I can view all of the same information off of those rides. On the bottom left, that is where you're going to have the reservation. So as people book rides, they can book rides just with any old driver. That'll show up in all rides. If you go to my rides, which is in the middle, if someone books a ride directly with you, then you'll be able to see the ride there. It's not going to show up in the queue for every other driver, only in your queue. And then recent rides, again, you're going to be able to see the different rides and stuff that you have given. All right. So on the bottom right, you're just going to see a little target symbol. So that's just if I move the app around and I click on the target, it just brings me back to center. And then on the top, you're going to see the dollars. So you see 539. If I click on that, it's going to show me my earnings. That I can view the earnings, weekly earnings if I'm doing any rides this week, or your total earnings, and you can kind of see all of your trips and everything that's going on. And then finally, on the top right, you're going to see the hamburger menu or the 3 lines, and if you click on that, that brings up your settings. So I can click on my face. That's where I can change my information, select my date of birth and my email and everything else. I can add my profile picture. and make sure to make it a professional profile picture. This is what customers are going to see. It's their first impression of not only yourself, but also of Revo. So we just want to make sure that it's a professional photo. Just make sure that you're smiling, you look presentable, you're wearing a shirt, you don't have sunglasses and emojis and stuff floating around the picture. Just make it very, very professional. You can also do things like look at your reservation queue. So again, that's going to be the same thing as when you clicked on your top left. And then you can also do your driver rate. So this is where you can set your rates, and you can set it up per base fare, your minimum fare. That's the minimum amount. So they have to do at least $9 for it to be worth it. So if they don't do a half-mile trip, which is $2, they'd have to do it over $9. You can have your per minute, which I set mine at 75 cents. You can raise that up, of course. And then also your per mile, you can enable surges and you can choose your surge pricing. So I just chose 15%. And then all you need to do is just update your rate, and then you can see everything. You can even test your rate. If you want to do a pickup address, I can set up any old address. We'll just do 1 North Central, Phoenix. Oh, I guess I've already searched too many locations today. So as you're setting your rates, you're only able to do 5 checks a day, because it does cost us a little bit of money every time you do a check. But once you get all your rates and stuff set, then you'll be able to see all of that. You can also see your vehicle details, so you can see everything that you guys set up, all of your documents. You can see everything that's checked off. You have your affiliate portal. So if I click on that, it'll bring me directly to my app. So that way I can get my QR code if I want to bring people onto the app, if I'm talking to them out in person. And then also the payout. This is where you can set up your payment method. We actually just set it up with Pay Quicker, and you'll actually get an email for the setup process for Pay Quicker. You can even get a debit card and some other things to get paid out faster. So also currency and languages. Right now, everything is in English and in US dollars, but once we go overseas, they'll be able to change that. We also have support if you need to email or contact us while you're out on the road, or if it's not that important, maybe you have questions about the pay or a particular ride or marketing, you can just send an email over to support. You can manage your account, which is basically just delete your account. Settings, that's where you can set up your light mode, your dark mode. If you want to look at privacy policy, you can review all of the privacy policy and everything else. All of the legal jargon is there as well if you want to see all of the legal stuff. And then, of course, you can sign out. All right. And that is basically it as far as the training goes. So hopefully you found this helpful. We're going to be coming out with a slew of training videos and modules coming up here real soon, which is going to make it easier for you to get started or for you to bring on other drivers and get them onboarded as quickly as possible. So that way they can start doing rides, making money, not only for themselves, but for you as well. So hopefully you found this very, very helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to either the person that sponsored you. Maybe they can help you out, or if it's something that they're not able to help you out with, you can always reach out to support. It's just support@revoride.com. That's singular, support@revoride.com. And then you can ask your questions and we'll be more than happy to help you out. We have an amazing staff that's always here to make sure you have all of the help that you need. So we appreciate your time. Again, welcome to the revolution. We are giving you an amazing opportunity to not only build your own rideshare company, but help us disrupt and give the power back to the community and the people and away from the corporate overreach. At the same time, we can build the blockchain and help out on that aspect as well. But we appreciate it. We love you all. And then if you need anything, always reach out and we'll be here for you. So appreciate your time. Have a great rest of your week. Go out there, be successful, start recruiting your customers, start building your business, and we'll talk again real soon.